Hello investors and traders, today I'll speak about the stock market, S&P 500, my current portfolio, and of course my view on this year for stock market. So let's start as usual with S&P 500 index. So here I still think that it's expanding linear diagonal and expecting to see another move down. It can be the fifth wave. So look, here it was the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. More probably here, it's of course my opinion that here the fourth wave is very close to finishing here. And then of course I'm expecting to see the market itself and the stocks, US stocks, a little bit lower, but it's just my opinion. The recession, of course, the inflation. Look, the inflation. One of the reasons that I'm expecting to see the stock market lower now is around 5%. Of course, it's lower than 8%, 9% 1 year ago, but still it's very elevated. The last time we saw about 5% inflation in the US, it was 2008, the global financial crisis. Let's have a look also on the Fed meeting. So the next Fed meeting will be in 2 weeks from today. I remind you that the current Fed fund rate is about 5.25%. It's more than 5%. It's a lot. And look here, 71% expecting expectations that we will see another hike. So actually it's another negative signal for the stock market. In my mind, to see another hike, it will be very high interest rate. And the next one of July, it can be at the same level. And also 25% think that even it can be closer to 6%. So the main problem here, of course, is the elevated interest rates in US, and we can see that, for example, for the end of this year, the expectations that it will be about 5%, and the next year is also can be around 3-4%. So I think it's a lot, the interest payments on US debt. It's very tough problem for US government, and of course the election also the next will held on the next year. So as for me, it's I think it's a little bit dangerous now to buy US stocks. Let's move to the Nasdaq IT companies sector index. So it's performing very well. In this year it's up more than 20%. By the way, we now down just about 12% from its high levels. Nice bounce we see, but look, of course, very few companies just moving the index. I remind you that Apple, Google, Amazon, Nvidia is performing crazy this year, but all the other companies, all the other 450 and 60 companies in the S&P 500 are not growing, and their performance in this year very poor. That's why I think it can be a huge problem. For example, when the Fangman Group, the Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon will start to show a weakness in their performance in the quarterly report, and it can be a huge problem for the stock market. Also, don't forget the buybacks of Apple, of Google, very strong now. So I think one of the reasons why we just not falling, still not falling, is the buybacks. But I think it's crazy actually, but it is what it is. So about the inflation I told you, so it's very high. The TLT let's have a look on my portfolio. So look, it's my portfolio performance for today, the 31 of May. It's 27%. I had at the end of last year, it was a public portfolio. It was 4 ideas, 4 picks, the TLT. It's ETF on US Treasury bond, Bitcoin, Amazon, and Disney. So most of the gain is giving me the Bitcoin and Amazon, but still My total gain is 27%. The S&P 500 now about 9% for this date, so I'm outperforming the index for 18%. I think it's nice and pretty cool. So generally speaking, by the way, it's my performance. My performance in different dates. So it was 23%, 26%, and now it's 27%. So I still hold TLT, Amazon, Disney. Amazon I closed at 28,000, 28K. I think the potential there is very now very weak, so that's why I'm closed it. Amazon, it's performed more than about 40% stock performance in this year, and I think about closing because look, 40%, it's really very nice. And by the way, they not their reports, last reports, their free cash flow, the net income is not so special, it's not amazing. So I think really about close the Amazon maybe and Disney, the TLT, I think I may continue to. Let's have a look, by the way, on the TLT. So the TLT paying us dividends. The dividend yield is about 3%. Its performance is about 0% in this year. But look, we down from its high levels. Now its performance we down more than 40%. But it's because of the interest rates hikes. When we may see a pause or even start in the interest rate decreasing of Fed, so of course we may see a nice bounce in this asset. So the TLT, I think it can be a nice hold, nice picking for now. About B2C I told, and Amazon, yeah, Amazon, as I told you, very nice performance. By the way, generally speaking, I think it was, if we speak about the Elliott waves, the first and the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. So I'm expecting to see and at the fifth wave. Usually it's higher than the third wave, so it can be higher than 160, but I'm not sure it will be in this year. It can be next year, a few years from now. But as for me, performance yield to date about 40%. I think it's very strong. So anyway, now I hold it. And the Disney. So Disney, as for now, disappoint me. Look, I think it was ABC move. Most probably it finished here. It was, by the way, the wave C, the first and the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. So I think in my mind it finished here. By the way, here the major support or Trevor, 81 bucks. And now everybody waiting to show nice performance for this company, but we still there are a lot of problems. But the momentum there, the RSI indicator 37 on the weekly time frame, they tell me that the stock already was sold. So now I'm just considering to sell it, but not sell. I just continue to hold. So Amazon, Disney, TLT now in my portfolio. The portfolio itself more than 20%. I think it's very nice. So it's the story about my portfolio performance. And the last one for today is the US oil price. Now, not US, not WTI, Brent oil price. Now it's 73 bucks per one unit. So here I think it was the first wave, the second, the third, the fourth, the correctional one, and the fifth. So the correction here is continuing. Most probably it's going to finish, but look, it's just, by the way, it's very looks like an impulse. Yeah, most probably it's an impulse. And usually I remind you that the correctional waves, the fourth and the fifth, are changing. The one of them sharp, one of them flat, so it's like looks like flat, it's sharp. So anyway, I'm expecting to see the fifth wave. So in this case, the it can be the Brent oil price higher than 120. So in this case, the growth potential about 60-70% upside potential. And by the way, the momentum on their side now 40, so it's sold, oversold. So generally speaking, my view on the stock market, few problems in the inflation and the high interest rates. Of course, the Nasdaq, the IT companies, Nvidia, don't know, Google, Apple, showing very strong performance this year, but I'm expecting to see another new correction towards the end of this year. So and also, of course, I have different portfolios in my different portfolios in my dividend portfolio, such with such companies like WBA, like Philip Morris, like Verizon. It's also performed very well, and there I just receiving passive income and stable cash flow. That's I think the one of the best points of stock market investing. But anyway, it's my view on the stock market for today. It's the end of May. So if you like this video, of course, press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you on the next time. Bye.